seem to like the encyclopedia style Clone Wars book. And so did I. So I saw this on Amazon and thought it would be perfect to flip through for a video. So one day shipping later, and it's here. So this looks very exciting. I've always loved science fiction cross sections, and having one for Star Wars is awesome. So on the cover you can see sort of a cutaway of a Y-wing, and then on the back is AT-AT. Explore the epic Star Wars saga through incredible cross-sections. And it just has some blurbs. I will say, the sort of neon orangey color, I don't know how well it's gonna come out on camera with the lights and everything, but it's like a very neon orange. And I've never really seen anything like that with Star Wars stuff, so it looks a little strange, in my opinion, but it still looks, really cool. So, anyways, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the book. Make sure we're nice and centered here. I think that's good. The new edition. So I think, we have the Republic era, which has a ton of cross sections here, and then the Imperial era and the rise of the First Order, and I think it's fitting that the Republic is the longest section, because the Republic era has a ton of different vehicles and starfighters and everything between the Republic and the Separatists. They definitely went crazy with vehicle designs, which, is awesome. I think that's one of the reasons I love the Republic era so much, is because of all the vehicles and, different armies and whatnot. So, very excited to get started here. Forward. Introduction. Some information. Hyperdrives, gravity manipulators, sensors, energy weapons, power sources, shields. I'm excited. The Radiant 7. I believe this is the ship that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan were on in episode 1. there's like 200 pages, so I don't want to get stuck on just one. I want to be able to show you guys all of them, so let's see. Looks like some information. Keep going here. Here's the droid landing ship. So you can see the MTTs and the AATs all fit inside here. This is how they deploy to the planet's surface. And then here they have a cross-section of the MTT, multi-troop transport, and all the droids are being deployed from inside. One thing I don't think I've ever understood, but I've never really questioned it either, is that all the Separatist vehicles have like a droid pilot or engineer or gunner. I'm not sure why they don't just, build the pilot into the thing. Maybe there's a reason. Here's the Gungan ship. We have Obi-Wan, Jar Jar, and Qui-Gon. The Naboo starship. I don't know why. I just think the cross sections are really cool and exciting to see the internal spaces and all the characters in there and the scale and whatnot. It's just really awesome for whatever reason in my mind. Let me know if you guys think the same thing. But you can see, I don't want to say the throne room. Oh, it does say royal throne room, so I guess it is a throne room. Here's some pod racers. Sort of a weird looking one here. Multi-computer sensor processor package. Gyro ring channel. Ring rotates within it at 32 or at 230 RPM. Here's all the pod racers at the Ponta Eve Classic. The pod race from episode 1. Where's Sepulpa? There he is. I think I have the sound of Sepulpa's pod racer ingrained into my brain. Here's some more pod racers. Anakin and Sepulpa. The Sith Infiltrator, which was Darth Maul's ship. I don't actually know if we've seen this before, at least in the movies or shows. Maybe we did at some point, but definitely cool seeing the inside here. I think this book is canon, so I think this is the canon internals, but I'm not 100% sure. The Vulture Droid. See, the Vulture Droid is an example of, them just building a separate droid. You know, it's just the machine. But for whatever reason, with like the AAT and the MDT, they don't do that. I'm not sure. But, you know, pretty cool. Here's the droid control ship. Seen episode 1 and many times throughout the Clone Wars. So here are the landing ships that we saw before. It kind of gives you like progressions of scale too, which I think is cool. Like we saw the MDTs, which fit in the landing ship, and now we see the landing ship fit in the, you know, the whole control ship. So it's kind of cool to see the progression of scale. I don't know why, I find that type of thing really sweet, or really fascinating. Here's some more cross sections of the control ship. The Naboo starfighter with little Annie inside. The STAP, Single Trooper Aerial Platform. Here's the AAT. Maybe it's so, you know, if the AAT gets disabled or destroyed, there are still 3 droids that can get out and join the fight. Maybe that's the reason. But it's kind of cool seeing the inside here. And it looks almost exactly like a, you know, typical modern day tank, which I think is kind of funny. Coruscant Taxi, Naboo speeders. Here's a Naboo cruiser. Is this the one that explodes at the beginning of episode 2? I think we've gotten into episode 2 territory now. Yeah, daring assassination. So you can see the inside here. Here's Sam's airspeeder. Yeah, I'll have to look it up if this book is like completely canon, because if so, yeah, it's really cool that they have in-depth explanations of all the components. I'm kind of going through it at a reasonable pace here so you guys can see everything, but maybe in the future, either personally or on video, we can go a bit slower and kind of dissect each vehicle. Dirty technology. sections, not the character portraits. There's the Jedi Starfighter. Slave one. So you can see inside here. I'm actually kind of curious at how this matches up to the internals that we saw of Mandalorian Slave 1, because they showed a lot of the inside there, and from what I can tell, it does look pretty similar, but I'm not 100% sure. It does have more internal space than you'd honestly imagine. I always imagined it being a lot smaller, and I think in large part that's kind of because of Lego, where it's like the minifigure takes up the entire cockpit, but in reality you can see they're quite small in there. Here's a swoop bite. Kind of interesting. You can see the technology. Padme's starship. There's Padme in there. Padme still has a throne. Whenever a police car is nearby, I just have to sit here and wait as it slowly becomes more and more distant. There's Padme's starship. Trade Federation core ship. It's sideways, but I don't want to turn the book sideways because then I feel like you wouldn't be able to see it, it'd be off screen, so hopefully that's okay. Here's the Geonosian fighter from the Battle of Geonosis. Pilot scent simulator mask. What do you think he's sniffing in there? I wonder if it says flying by nose. An advanced scent simulator in the pilot's mask exploits the acute Geonosian sense of smell to convey flight status feedback. The mask also sprays subverbal pheromone signals so that air marshals and flight controllers can remotely modify the pilot's mood and impart collective priorities. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, here we go. We're getting into like the Republic starships, which is exciting. So here's the Republic assault ship. You can see, hopefully you can see, there's some Republic gunships in there. Gunship boarding platform. Oh, they go all the way up to the front here. Acclamator class transport. The arrival of massive Acclamator class troop ships above Geonosis is a pivotal moment in galactic military history. I see oh yeah, there's some ATTEs in there too. Let's keep going. Oh, here we go. There's the gunship. So we got the pilot and the co-pilot. The gunner pods, wing turrets, speeders, and then all the Such a unique look. I recently got a 375 figure scale gunship. I think when I post this, it'll be the previous video to this one, so if you're interested, go check that out. Oh, look at that! It gets what it deserves with another entire cross section. They know what the best vehicle in Star Wars is. So we got some Phase 1 clones inside. They look a little wonky, but like I said, it's a vehicle cross-section ship, not a character ship. So I think we can forgive it for that. Definitely an awesome ship. And then another favorite, the ATTE, All-Terrain Tactical Enforcer. For whatever reason, the clones happen to look better. Like their helmets look better in this picture, I don't know why. But anyways, another troop transport here for the clones. The Republic has a way of making simple troop transports look awesome. I feel like most of the time, in sci-fi or even real life, they're kind of lame, like, oh, it's just the troop transport, but I don't know why they're really awesome in Star Wars all the time. So there's the ATTE. Hopefully I can get one of those in 375 figure scale at some point. It's a tangent, but the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones is coming up in 2022, so maybe Hasbro will get on that. Release all the vehicles that cost $400 on the aftermarket to buy. Count Dooku's Solar Sailor. Kind of an interesting looking vehicle. There we go. The Venator, which is a Venator class Star Destroyer, which is sort of the predecessor of the Imperial class Star Destroyer that we see the Empire use throughout the original trilogy. I'm curious, do you guys prefer the Venator or the ISD? ISD, Imperial Star Destroyer, I'm sure they have a cross-section of it. I honestly always go back and forth. Sometimes I like the ISD more, sometimes I like the Venator more. I really love the Venator's, like, kind of a bay. I don't know what to call it. Do they call it the hangar bay, I guess? On the ISD, it's just like a small hole in the bottom, but I really like how the whole front opens up here, and you see all the gunships and dropships and everything. Has a very, it's very clone-centric, I guess you could say. You know, ready to deploy all the forces to the surface all at once. So, here's the Venator. We got ARC 170s, we got Republic gunships, we got Jedi starfighters. I think I saw, what's that one called? Is it like V-19 Torrent or something? There's some V-Wings. I thought I saw it, but maybe I misread something. Here's a V-Wing. ARC 170. Another one of my favorite ships. Definitely an awesome looking one. It's like, you know, interceptor with Anakin inside. Wow, I was just thinking, I wonder if they're gonna do a buzz droid. And here it is. Here's the Tri-Fighter. I didn't actually know that's what it was called. Cunning and eerily determined droid Tri-Fighters for frightening defenders of the Separatist battlefleets. Again, they seem to go with, fighter design. They go with no pilot, but tank. They do have a pilot. And yeah, same here, droid gunship. No crew at all, it would seem. So, it's interesting. I guess land vehicles, and maybe that makes a little sense, because if the vehicle's disabled, you still have droids to fight, but if this thing crashes, I don't think too many droids are going to be getting out of it. So, here's the droid gunship. The Juggernaut. I believe this is also known as the turbo tank. Oh, literally he says, I swear I didn't read this before. Also known as a clone turbo tank. Is a monstrous 10-wheeled armored box. So you can see the clones inside here. So you got like the cockpit and then a smaller cockpit. The spotter on a really spindly looking structure. That thing looks like it's gonna wobble all over the place. The ATRT. Another really awesome vehicle. Kind of like a walker version of a motorcycle in a way. The Commerce Guild Support Destroyer. So, like a separatist battleship. The Banking Clan Frigate. Invisible Hand. This is the ship that Obi-Wan and Anakin rescue Palpatine from. Here it is again. So here's the cockpit area where they encounter Grievous. Up at the front here. A lot of invisible hand pics. Observation deck. There's the big hangar bay that they get in. Rogue class fighter. Here's the Solus one. General Grievous' starfighter. Techno-Union ships. General Grievous' wheel bike. The Wookiee catamaran. Swamp speeders. Looks like on Felucia. Emperor Palpatine shuttle. Going a little faster here because we're past the half-hour mark and we're not even halfway done. Yoda's escape pod. Looks like that's it for the Republic era. It doesn't seem like always gets left out, unless there's a specific book on it, but most of the Clone Wars vehicles, I think, were in the movies. There are a few that pops into my mind, like the Z95 Headhunter, all the Mandalorian type ships, all that type of stuff. But maybe one day we'll get a Clone Wars ship cross-section book. But let's get into the Imperial era. Lando's Millennium Falcon. Stylish and efficient. So, it still has the escape pod up front. It's looking very clean. There's the Falcon. Delta class. From Rogue One, you can see, what's his name, Tractor Krennic, and some Death Troopers in there. The U-Wing. TX-225 Occupier, with some troopers inside. Zeta class shuttle. Oops. TIE SK fighter. The TIE Striker. Here's the Tantive 4, another very famous ship. You can see the whole internals here. Escape pod that R2 and C-3PO were in. Imperial Navy. Okay, yeah, here's the ISD. So you can see the Tantive 4 inside. Another, like, kind of show you one ship and then show you that ship fitting inside, which is pretty cool. Such an iconic ship design. Like, I do go back and forth if I like the ISD or the Venator more, but like the ISD is like such a classic and like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a hallmark ship design in a way. No, it's the original. Here's the Jawa Sandcrawler. Luke's land speeder. Han's Millennium Falcon. So the much dirtier, much more lived-in Falcon. Here you can see Chewie and C-3PO. They put the split right where all the characters are, but you can see Luke and Obi-Wan in there, and then Han up in the cockpit. What a piece of junk. Here's the TIE Fighter. The Death Star. Here's a cross-section of the Death Star's planet killer. And then another scale comparison. Star Destroyer up here. The X-Wing. With Luke inside. as if they did. Yeah, there it is. You can see General Fears in there. And the pilots. And then the smaller, the little brother, the ATST, Chicken Walker. And then here's the snow speeder, the T-47 air speeder. Do they call it snow speeder anywhere? Am I crazy? I'm like 99% sure it's also called the snow speeder. TIE bomber. The legacy of a bounty hunter. So it does seem like it has information from the Clone Wars. Despite his youth and limited experience, Boba becomes the leader of a group of hunters, most of whom are twice his age. By the end of the Clone Wars, he gains a professional reputation in his own right, which is, Clone Wars content. Oh, look at this. This is cool. Boba Fett Slave 1 seems to be a bit of a better cross-section than before. So you can see Han Solo and Carbonite being loaded into the bay. There's his seat. Here's the Nebulon B. Home 1. The Mon Calamari cruiser. It has like I've seen this before, it's like a little artificial environment of water and vegetation. It's just kind of an interesting design. There's the Lambda class shuttle. Jabba's sail barge. Scout speeder. There's the A-wing. You can see how small it is. We have a B-wing here. Another very interesting design, with the pilot at the top of like this long structure that kind of rotates. And that's actually it for the Imperial. So let's go through the First Order stuff quickly and then wrap up the video. So, Stormtrooper transport. Black One. Upsilon class shuttle. I think, yeah, this is like Kylo Ren's shuttle. The Finalizer. A lot of pictures of the Finalizer here. There's Rey's speeder. First Order TIE Fighter. SF TIE Fighter. The Quad Jumper. Here's the Millennium Falcon again. And I think this cross section actually looks the best. You can see because it's nice that there's like 3 pages of the Millennium Falcon, so you can see it from all the angles. So that's cool. There's the cockpit access tunnel. Eravana. Resistance transport. The First Order Snowspeeder. The Radis. Resistance capital ships. The Anodyne. And the Ninka. There's the Resistance bomber. Another A-wing. This one looks a little bit bigger actually than the other one. The Supremacy. A mega-class Star Destroyer. Supreme Leader Snoke's throne room. Is that, where is it? I don't actually know if they show you where it is. I don't see it anywhere. Can we see it anywhere? Oh, there it is. Snoke's throne room. Right there. The TIE silencer. Canto Bite. Police speeder. Libertine. ATHH. All-terrain heavy hauler. The ATM-6. U-55 load lifter. Ski speeder. Another Y-wing. Actually, I think this was the one from the cover. Treadable. Tread speeder. Ray skimmer. Bestoon legacy. We're going really fast here, sorry. The Night Buzzard. I think this is like the Knights of Ren. The Knights of Ren are an evil band of mercenaries. They're mercenaries. I didn't know that. That's weird. Sith Star Destroyer. That's just about everything. Let's go back. Let's end on maybe end on like a picture of a gunship or a Venator or something while I do the outro. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. So anyways, definitely an awesome book. I think my favorite section by far is the Republic. I love all the ship designs and how many different looks there are and everything, and how many new vehicles, unique stuff they added. So I love the Republic section, and the Imperial section was awesome too. So definitely a great book. I got it for $26 on Amazon. So if you're all at all interested, I definitely think it's worth a purchase. There's, as you can see here, tons of content. We skipped through the 200 some odd pages really fast, just to kind of show you guys every ship. But you know, there's definitely a lot to read, a lot to look at, all the internals. So I think it's a worthwhile pickup. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Maybe we can do some more in-depth vehicles. Maybe we'll do like a Republic vehicle or something like that video where we kind of go more in depth into each vehicle. Maybe that would be fun. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think.